Alrighty, welcome everybody back to the Hot and Cold podcast. I'm your host, as always, David Miller, joined by my lovely co-host Andrew Watkins, and a very special guest. You might know him from TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. He's on everything. The resident Kirk Cousins hater himself, the TheGeekSlays. Geek, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm doing all right as well.
Good to hear.
So today we are going to be doing a very special podcast episode where we're going to be doing a mock draft. We're each going to switch off. So Andrew's going to get every first pick. I'm going to do every second, and then Geek's going to do every third. We're just going to run through the first round. And this is a what we would do mock draft. It's not like predictive. We're not trying to guess anything. If we were in the GM chair for whatever team we're looking at the time, this is what we would do. So let's just go ahead and jump into it because I'm sure this is going to take a decent bit. Andrew, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. First overall, I got the Jags taking Aiden Hutchinson just because he's a strong, big guy, and you're the Jaguars. You're going to take and basically anywhere. And that's just the best guy on the board at the number one pick. So you're going to pick him, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think a lot of people are going to disagree with that at all, even though Trayvon Walker apparently has the highest odds to go first overall now, which is insane.
I still don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't.
I don't understand at all. I've got him as, I think, my third ranked edge. Like, even if they went Thibodeau, I would be fine with it. But Walker, I just don't understand.
I think I have him at 5 or 6. He doesn't rate high to me.
Interesting.
I don't like Trayvon Walker at all.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, I get it. I think after the top two, which, like I said, are Hutchinson and Thibodeau for me, 3 through like 5 or 6 are kind of really close. Like, I think Walker has good upside, but I don't know. I kind of look at him as more of a boomer bust guy than a surefire prospect like Hutchinson would be.
Right.
All right. So at number 2 here with the Lions, go 50 different directions here. I think I'm just going to go Willis. I think it makes sense for them. Willis is my number one quarterback in this class. I think he's a guy that if you let him sit for a year, has upside, can really go out there year two and make a difference for your team. And especially when you're in a division now where it's looking like the quarterbacks are about to completely turn over, and you're going to want to have a quarterback that's going to be able to lead your franchise. And Jared Goff is not that, obviously. But with Detroit building like a real culture now and everything they've got going on over there, I think that'll be a great place for Willis to kind of go and marinate, so to speak.
Yeah, I've been on the Willis to Detroit train for months now. I've been pushing that narrative. Mostly because it's the best place he can go and sit for a year. Goff's fine for a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Let Willis have a year. I think that pick makes a ton of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm up now with the Texans. The Texans are a weird team because just like the Jaguars and the Lions, they could go almost any direction. But I've been saying that this is where the first tackle goes off the board. I think it's the Texans. They're going to go Evan Neal at 3. Mostly because the way I've always said you build a football team, you got to get a quarterback, and the Texans don't know what they want to do there. Mm-hmm. If you're going to give Davis Mills another shot, you got to give him a better O-line than what you've had. So if you draft Evan Neal, you have 2 really solid tackles in Tunsil and Neal. To me, that's the smartest play here at the top.
And honestly, the Texans going tackle, getting that second tackle, that sets up their offensive line in 2 different places because then you can kick Titus Howard into guard, which is a huge upgrade. I don't even know who their starter would be. If Howard were to start at tackle, that's how bad it is. So I think that's a great pick for the Texans. Andrew with the Jets here at number 4.
It just seems like we got a lot of teams in a row that you can literally go any direction.
Well, yeah, that's why they're picking at the top.
I know, but I'm just saying. It's just so many opportunities for these top teams.
Mm-hmm.
So then on the board would be Thibodeau. If I was the Jets, I'd pick Thibodeau here, just because, again, would probably be the best prospect on the board at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, in my opinion, they have to start building up a defense as well as the offense, because they haven't really started to build up that defense, and they have a good starting point on that offense with Zach Wilson. So that could just launch their defense into like a some sort of development.
Yeah, I think that's what you said about helping out Zach Wilson. That is such an underrated thing when it comes to young quarterbacks. Because as a Bears fan specifically, I did a 7-round mock and got so much shit because I was taking defensive players, and I just don't get it. If you're taking pressure off of your young quarterback, preventing him from getting into a shootout every week, and allowing your team to potentially, commit to the run game, especially with the Jets with Michael Carter, who looks really solid, it just makes it easier on your quarterback, and that's the Jets' goal right now. Just make it easier on Zach Wilson. So what do I have here? The Giants at 5. So we had Neal go off the board. I'm going to go Ike Ekwonu here. I think the best thing you can do, it's just more of protecting the young quarterback. Like, I don't think they're going to move on from Daniel Jones. I've seen people mocking them a quarterback, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Dable's basically a miracle worker with quarterbacks, completely reworked Josh Allen's throwing motion. I'm not saying that he's going to turn Daniel Jones into Josh Allen by any means, but setting Daniel Jones up to succeed at the very least by protecting him, because Ike Ekwonu and Andrew Thomas would be a fantastic duo as your offensive tackles. And they added, it was the dude from the Colts. They added a guard, can't remember his name, Glowinski, I think. Yeah, they added him, so they're already beefing up the O-line a little bit. You add Ike Ekwonu, who I think is the second best tackle in this class, behind Neal, to that offensive line. I think that's pretty solid.
The other thing to me with Ekwonu is, though, he's also maybe the best guard prospect in this class.
True.
So if you don't want to play him at tackle, or if, through training camp, he just doesn't look good at right tackle, you can just move him to guard.
Yeah.
And you still got a really good player out of this. Mm-hmm. So I like that pick.
And on top of that, another thing I should add, I think that out of the big 3 tackles between Cross, Neal, and Ekwonu is the best run blocker. And you're going to be relying on Saquon a lot this year. Whoever's playing running back if Saquon can't stay healthy. So setting up that as well is huge for the Giants.
All right. The Panthers at 6. I've only heard 2 things about the Panthers. I mean, they need a quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. We all know this. Sam Darnold's not the guy. I've also heard they want to tackle, and Charles Cross is still available. But I've been saying it all year. They're drafting Kenny Pickett at 6. That's just what's going to happen. I hate it because I don't love any of the quarterbacks in this class.
Mm-hmm.
But Matt Rule, he hasn't been able to trade for a guy. He's picking a guy to try to save his job. That's just what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, see.
Pickett going that high just screams Mitchell Trubisky to me. Unfortunately, not quite as high as Trubisky, but you're looking at a desperate team going with the safe option at quarterback, even though, taking Pickett over a guy like Ritter isn't going to be like taking Trubisky over Mahomes or anything, but still.
It could be, though. We don't know.
I hope so. Take some of the pressure off Chicago with that shit. If that happens, I hope Ritter becomes the second coming. That would just please.
Or Corral. It could be Corral.
Or Corral. Carson Strong, maybe. Bailey Zappi.
No.
Jack Cohn.
De'Aaron King is the best quarterback in this class. I don't want to hear it.
Hold on. Speaking of De'Aaron King, Andrew, while you're figuring out who you want to take, I did my big board, and I'm pretty sure De'Aaron King was like in the bottom 3 out of every player I watched. Bottom 5. And
that's
I'm pretty sure my bottom 5 players, it was to the point where I think, I had each tier listed with like day 1 starter, all that kind of stuff. I think at the very end, it was just bozo dumbasses. And I think he was like the highest rated of the bozo dumbasses.
He is the best bozo dumbass.
Mm-hmm. And the worst of which was, what's his name? Akil Glass. I don't know if you know who that is by chance, but God, he was awful. All right, so Andrew, you got your Giants here at 7.
Yeah, I've been scrambling to find another pick because you guys took both of them up further. Because as a Giants fan, it would be a miracle to have Evan Neal drop, but it might not happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I just go for line here. Honestly, I'm picking Linderbaum, center out of Iowa.
Interesting. Okay, I respect it. I respect it.
I don't know if that's crazy or not. I was like, okay, we gotta find somebody.
I like it because it throws positional value out of the window, and I hate
Which I'm
positional
down
value.
for.
Exactly. I hate
it's no
positional
doubt.
value. If the dude's good, he's good. If you're a baller, you're a baller. It does not matter.
Right.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'd rather have Linderbaum, who to me is a top 5 prospect in this class.
Mhm.
I'd rather have him at a lower position of value than take a shot on Derek Stingley, who's like a 50-50, maybe he'll work out guy.
Mm-hmm.
Linderbaum's going to be a solid starter. Maybe he won't be great, but he's not going to be awful.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Yeah. And again, you're setting up your offensive line for both your young quarterback, your running back. I love that pick. If the Giants went,
I love it.
They found a way to go offensive line twice in the top 10. Hell yeah. I'm all for it.
That's what I've wanted them to do since since it was a thing
Yeah.
that they would have 2 top 10 picks.
Yeah, just build the trenches. Honestly, if Chicago had to lose their first round pick for a center to go in the top 10, it would be worth it. It would be so worth it. That and the fact that we got Fields out of it, but So, what's that? I'm up at 8 here with the Falcons. This is tough because I have 2 guys I'm looking at here. And one is I want to be fun and do something I think would be fun, and the other's the smart pick. I'm going to go Desmond Ridder. Fuck it.
Oh, wow.
Fuck it. Listen, I love Desmond Ridder. He's not my number 1 quarterback. He's my number 2, but he's my favorite. I think I have him 0.1 behind Willis in terms of grade. I think this dude has all of the athletic upside of a superstar. He's a smart quarterback. He's not stupid. And I think in terms of a guy that you want to mold, getting a smart quarterback is key because we look at guys like Mitchell Trubisky who just didn't have it up here and he completely flopped. He had the athletic traits as well, just didn't have it up here. But Ridder has both, and you're going to Atlanta who's going to suck. So it's not like they're going to force him out there. They can suck with Mariota. And Mariota might not be a half bad mentor for the guy. Same type of player, although I would argue Ridder has a higher ceiling. So, fuck it, why not, right?
Flamed on Twitter for having 3 QBs go in the top 10. I hope you know that.
Fuck it. Listen, it's
We're
the
gonna
NFL.
lose all credibility.
It's the NFL. It happens. If Mitchell Trubisky can go 2nd overall, then 3 quarterbacks can go in the top 10 this year. It's the NFL. That's how it works. There's always quarterbacks taken way too high. So now 9 Seahawks, we got to have Matt Corral. I'm kidding. No, it's
not Matt Corral. No, if he's there, it's 100% Charles Cross.
Yeah.
100%.
I agree.
That offensive line's trash. You got to do something. Which I would say to protect your young quarterback, but let's be honest, Drew Lock is not their guy. Drew Lock is nobody's guy. Worst starting quarterback in the NFL.
Even if they go offensive line here, they are not walking out of this draft without a quarterback, or else they are totally fucked. They've got...
who knows? Maybe they trade for Baker mid-draft. That's...
Baker midfield mid-draft? Makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree.
That's all I got.
Cross is
There's not a lot to say about Cross.
Best pass protector in this class, probably. Easy choice there. Now back to a complicated choice. Andrew with the Jets here at 10.
I'm just going to stick to my guns on the defensive side for the Jets and pick Kyle Hamilton.
Okay. I love it.
And if you don't want to pick a defensive player, then you want to actually literally help Zach and get him like an actual first option that you could get him like Garrett Wilson. But
Mhm.
for right now, I'm gonna shore up that defense and get Kyle Hamilton.
Well, see, the good thing about that is it's a deep receiver class, and New York has top picks in the
Exactly.
second round. So, a guy like George Pickens is very liable to fall to them. So, going to Hamilton here, I respect the hell out of it. I still think Kyle Hamilton's an insane prospect. He's not like this Swiss Army knife do it all type of guy everyone thought he was, but he's a 6'4" safety, weighs 220 pounds, and he ran a 4.5. Dude's an animal. Dude is going to, I don't know. He's insane. He's insane. So fuck. What's that? Give me the Commanders at 11.
Yeah.
What if I went quarterback again?
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You know, my second prospect overall, the second best prospect in this class, in my opinion, is sitting here at 11. I'm going to go Sauce Gardner. Number one, this prevents him from going to Minnesota. And number two,
You're a dick.
no, I mean, legitimately speaking, Washington's secondary is all right. It's not great. And you're getting Sauce Gardner, who I think is going to be a star in the league. Like, I legitimately think this dude has, like, top 5 corner potential. And, you know, you're going up against Dallas twice a year. You're going up against Philly twice a year, who have solid receivers. Sorry, Andrew. So you got to have somebody to keep up with him, and I think Sauce Gardner is obviously that guy. If he fell to 11, which I don't think he will, I think this is one of those ones you just run it up to the podium right away. Zero thoughts about it.
Yeah. He's the best corner in this class, and it's not. I don't know if it's close. So yeah, that's a great pick for Washington. I don't like that you made it though. But this mock worked out. Minnesota still ends up with a quarterback. They take Stingley at 12. That are.
I thought you said quarterback for a second.
Yes, we're taking Matt Corral at 12.
I would be in heaven if that happened.
I
Oh my
wouldn't.
God.
I mean, we're at least trying to build a competitive team. Like, at this exact second, you can argue our roster is the best in the division.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, just pure. Now, Rodgers is still a way better quarterback than Kirk Cousins, but
as an overall
everywhere
roster,
else, we're better.
yeah.
So we need corners at this point. So give me, I guess, the first or second best corner in this class without hesitation.
No. It's really solid pick up there. See, that's the kind of pick that would keep me up at night, because I got to deal with Justin Fields dealing with Derek Stingley twice a year now.
And Patrick Peterson. Don't forget the old man.
Oh, yeah, the husk of Patrick Peterson, of course.
All right, at 13, I got Jordan Davis. Going to
Love that. I absolutely adore that. Mainly because I think Jordan Davis is the second coming of Vince Wilfork. And Vince Wilfork spent like a year in Houston.
He's literally the Incredible Hulk.
He is.
He's
a
super raw prospect, and especially going to a place like Houston, they're not going to try to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you just let him fester.
Yeah,
and then
who do we have? Okay, so Evan Neal on offense, and then I mean, you're looking at a team who doesn't really have an identity defensively. So if you bring in Jordan Davis, he's a guy. First of all, Lovie Smith's gonna have a field day with him. Lovie loves those big boys. So bringing him in, I mean, you're setting up your team to be like run dominant, so to speak. The only concern really with Davis, I think, is the snap count. He wasn't playing every down in college, but that Georgia defense was so good that they were just cycling everybody in and out. It wasn't just him. And I watched an interview with Nakobe Dean recently, and he said that if it wasn't for them beating teams by like 30 and 40 every week with the best defense in the country, then Davis would have stayed in. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't have any issues with that.
Yeah. I love it. He's a great prospect. I still don't understand why everybody's calling him overrated right now.
I don't either.
Like, watch the tape. Like your TikTok video, was it from yesterday?
Yesterday or the day before, within the last couple days.
He's not that good of a run stuffer. Most of it was just luck. It's like, did you watch the tape or are you just saying words?
He didn't even say luck. He said it was shooting gaps, which is like 90% of being a run stuffer.
Pretty much. But there is so much more to it than that. I don't.
And on top of that, he's one of those guys. The reason I say Will Fork is because he's someone who might not look like he's doing a whole lot. You know, Will Fork, his career high in sacks was like a single-digit year, you know. But he was always soaking up double and triple teams and freeing everybody else around him up. And Jordan Davis is that same type of dude. Being that big, that fast, offensive lines are going to commit to him and you're going to get a free rusher somewhere. So even if he's not directly doing something, he's setting somebody else up. And that is something that I don't think you can put a value on. I think that's incredible. So I would be surprised if Jordan Davis fell this far, honestly. That might be one of my hot takes for the day. But so what do I have here? Baltimore at 14. Andrew, why'd you have to go Linderbaum? That would have been perfect.
What if you take a QB here? No.
Move Lamar to running back? Fix the injury concerns from last year? No, I love Lamar. I love Lamar. Dude gets way too much hate.
Absolutely.
So, back in the day, my pick here was David Ojabo, just because of the idea of sending him was perfect. Like, I just felt like he fit that defense so well. So rather than go Ojabo, I guess I'll go Jermaine Johnson, just so you get somebody opposite of Odafe Owe, really set up their pass rush, especially if they're going to have injury concerns in their secondary again. If you have a bad secondary or a beat-up secondary, a really good pass rush is going to make up for that. And I think Jermaine Johnson's one of those guys who's going to play sort of a Robin role in the NFL, be a really good second edge rusher. And, I mean, Odafe Owe already showed that he can be a superstar. So you put him opposite Owe. I think that is fantastic for Baltimore, especially when you're going to be dealing with Deshaun Watson at some point twice a year. You're dealing with Joe Burrow twice a year, and I suppose Mitchell Trubisky twice a year as it stands.
There it is.
You got to have that pass rush.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. It's an interesting way to go, but it also feels very Baltimore. So
Yeah,
I like it.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm up next.
Yeah.
Right. The Eagles. We know their biggest need is linebacker. That's why we know for a fact they're not going to draft one because it's the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
They just won't. That is something they will never do. So give me Trent McDuffie at 15. Get a second corner to go alongside Darius Slay.
I love it.
I hate it, but I like it. So
I don't know. I like it.
Makes sense for him.
That's very realistic.
Yeah. All right, Andrew here with the Saints at 16.
Oh, God. This is my most iffy one. I'm going to pick Garrett Wilson just because the Saints are in such a tough spot. I feel like I don't even know what to do with this. I got such a bad hand with my brain here. I don't know who to pick.
Listen, if getting Garrett Wilson is your most iffy pick, then you're doing some pretty... You must have like the perfect mock, because Garrett Wilson, in my opinion, is the best receiver in this class. I don't think there's a single thing that he can't do. And him is kind of your deep threat with Michael Thomas as your short to intermediate range type of guy. I think that's a great fit. Jameis Winston's going to be in a kind of fuck it, Garrett Wilson's down there somewhere mood most games, I fear.
Definitely.
The pairing of Michael Thomas and Garrett Wilson is top tier.
Oh, yeah, also that.
Man.
Didn't even think about that, yeah. That was the Ohio State guys together. Chargers at 17. I mean, I hate the Chargers as a football team because they're very analytics-based, and I hate analytics. And I feel like because of that, out of spite, I should just draft a linebacker here because they don't have any. And this is also like analytics would tell you a linebacker shouldn't go this high. But I don't know. I think I'm just going to go safe here and go Trevor Penning. They lost Brian Bulaga as their right tackle. I don't love Penning, but as a right tackle, you could do worse.
I'm not high on Penning.
I'm not either.
I
but
don't like him as a prospect, but what do you do there, really?
Yeah.
I mean, Chargers are a weird team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm up with the Eagles again. How do I get one of the teams I hate the most twice? I don't know how this works. But the Eagles are a very dumb football team. We've learned that with their let's pick a receiver in 2 first rounds in a row. I say they do it 3 times. Jamison Williams at 18.
Now there's a lot of reports that they're targeting him at 15. So that works out very well.
It's the Eagles, man. They're not smart, and pair the college teammates back up again.
Yeah.
Dear God.
I mean, at the very least, Jalen Hurts, when he finds the ability to sling it, he'll be able to sling it to a really talented core.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Finally gets there.
Andrew, you're back here with the Saints.
Okay, at 19. Yeah, the Saints again. I'm just gonna go for versatility's sake. Jaquan Brisker. Very versatile safety.
Okay.
I
like it. I'll be honest, I think
for their defense and whatever they're gonna have to go through.
Yeah.
This cap space hell that they're in.
Yeah.
They also just lost Marcus Williams, so I mean it's a need.
Yeah. Oh no, I have Pittsburgh here. I didn't work that out well. Okay.
Oh man.
Well,
Matt Corral.
I could go really smart here. Like, there's someone I feel would fit the Steelers perfectly, but Mitchell Trubisky. Why not replace one North Carolina quarterback with another? I'm going Sam Howell.
Why?
Listen, I actually like Sam Howell. I think he has upside. I think he does. No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm going Zion Johnson.
Okay. I was not okay there, man. No, especially after you literally just called Baker mid. It's like Sam's just a worse version of Baker.
I know.
What are you on?
Yeah. I mean, Zion Johnson, I think, is another guy that's like a top 5, top 10 talent in this class. And Pittsburgh's offensive line is brutal. So at the very least, they're going to give Najee Harris somebody to run behind and kind of take some of the stress off Trubisky. But they would be a team I wouldn't be surprised to see trade back up into the first round at the end to take a quarterback or snag one in the second round if somebody they like is there. I do think Matt Corral would fit Pittsburgh well, especially considering his quick release time. That's something Pittsburgh seems to really like, and Mike Tomlin wants a more mobile quarterback. And oh my God, I lost his name for a second. Corral has some wheels, so I think that would be a solid pick as well. But Zion Johnson is just incredible. I think he is probably the best interior lineman in this class, if we're not counting Aquanu as a guard. Dude's undersized, but like he uses it so well. The way he's able to find leverage is incredible. And he's just a mauler. I love Zion Johnson. And unfortunately, if he went to Pittsburgh, I would be very sad.
It's a much better pick than Howell.
No, I want to retain some credibility. I'm not going to have Sam Howell go at 20.
I about had an aneurysm when you said that, dude. I was not okay. Oh, man. All right. Patriots at 21. If he's there, this is the card will be up before the Steelers picks announced. Mm-hmm. It's Karlaftis.
Yeah.
It's Belichick. It's defense. If the third best edge rusher's there at 21, Belichick himself is going to sprint out and hand the card to Goodell. Like, yeah, that's just too easy.
Yeah. I love Karlaftis. I think a lot of people are way too low on him right now. I don't know why he got lost in all of the edge hype this year. The dude's just tough. He's mean. He's aggressive. He's just, I don't know. I
He
love him.
test poorly at the combine
That must be what it
or
is. I don't
something.
know. I don't know offhand, but he's just got so much power to him.
Now I'm looking because I'm intrigued, but
All right, Andrew, what are you going with at 22 here?
The Packers, without Devontae Adams, they are desperate
Mm-hmm.
for a wide receiver. So I'm going to take Chris Olave.
Yeah,
22.
that's a great fit for Green Bay. I hate it, but it's a great fit. Like he would
I'm
be
kind of low on Olave, so I
really
like the idea of him going to Green Bay.
well. Honestly, I kind of do in a way because if he goes here at 22, that means Bears fans will shut the fuck up about Chicago trading into the first round to get him, which would be my nightmare scenario. Like he's good, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking his talent, but Chicago trading into the first round is literally my worst nightmare right now. I would hate it so much.
Chicago's trading up to pick 1 to take Olave. They're taking him first overall.
I saw a mock draft today where all of Bears Twitter is convinced we're getting Matt Ariza for some reason. I don't know why. That's just like their favorite pick. Every Bears mock draft has Matt Ariza in it somewhere. I saw a mock draft for some guy traded all of our picks this year, all of our picks next year to trade up the one to take Ariza, and it had like an F grade, and all of the comments were like flaming the fuck out of the fact that it had an F grade. I don't understand it.
I love it.
But yeah, in terms of replacing Tay, I think Olave's at least this late. If Green Bay doesn't decide to trade up, that's about as good as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So what do we have here? The Cardinals at 23. Oh, this is easy. Andrew Booth, easily. I think he is top 3, top 4 corner. Like he's just nice. That boy nice. Like legitimately speaking, and Arizona's in a position where their corners are okay, but not great. And you're going up against the Rams twice a year. You got to worry about Cooper Kupp. I don't trust Byron Murphy on Cooper Kupp. And even then, if he's not on Cooper Kupp, you got to deal with Allen Robinson now. Whatever the hell else they're doing. I don't know if they're going to bring back Odell or not, or what the hell his deal is. And then you got, I was going to say D-Hop twice a year, but he's on the fucking Cardinals. Listen, I have slept 4 hours in the past 24 hours, so my brain is a little everywhere currently. But the point being, Cardinals don't have a true number 1 corner, and this is a team that wants to compete, and Andrew Booth has the upside of a true number 1 corner. The only other way
I like that.
I would have considered going edge here, but like, I don't know, maybe Ibakete wouldn't be a bad pick, but other than that, not a lot. Wait.
I think none of us are doing great on our big boards right now. I have the PFF mock draft simulator up, so I see all the prospects. There are 2 guys that should not be here.
We let Trayvon Walker fall.
And Drake London hasn't been taken, and it's pick 24.
Well,
Drake London's still chilling here.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I love the Packers going Olave and leaving Drake London on the board. I just love that.
Listen, it just is what it is. You know, I probably should have went London at 11 if I'm being honest, but part of me just wanted to take Gardner before Minnie could.
Yep.
No, I'm sticking with Booth.
So
I'm sticking with Booth.
All right. I got Dallas. That's fun.
This would be a prime Trayvon Walker place if you were to ask
Trayvon
me.
Walker fits. Lloyd or Nakobe Dean fits.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, Kenyon Green.
Yeah.
I could also see him going here.
Kenyon Green feels like a
lot
cowboy.
Of things Dallas could do. He really does. And Jerry's known for reaching on guards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it should be an early 2nd round guy, but Zach Martin is the prime example of that.
Yeah.
He just goes and gets this guy. Their offensive line is not in the best position. You know, Jerry loves his O-lines. So I'm going Kenyon Green at 24.
Respect it. like I said, he feels like a Cowboy, and him and Zach Martin as your guard duo is solid. That is really
It
good.
is.
All right, Andrew, Buffalo.
I'm gonna take Trayvon Walker off the board.
Smart. That's the
'Cause
smart
I
pick.
feel, the Bills have nobody on their defensive line. They have 2 people under contract.
Mhm.
You gotta get a third at least. And he's one of the better players in the draft in total.
Yeah.
So if he's still on the board somehow at 25, unrealistically, then why don't you take
Listen.
him? You know?
Okay, listen, the way this offseason has gone, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, no.
Especially with how it's gone for Buffalo. Just managing to get Trayvon
Yeah.
Walker, too, just to lose to the Chiefs in the title game would be beautiful.
Just to lose to the Chiefs in the wild card round. Let's be real here.
Yeah, because everyone knows the Jets are winning the division, and Buffalo's going to be a wild card
no,
team.
the Chiefs just aren't going to win their
Nope,
division.
nope. It's the
That was my point.
We are praising the Jets here currently. Zach Wilson is the truth. Anyways, yeah, Trayvon Walker's a smart pick here, and not only for his value off the edge, but Buffalo is having some issues on the interior of their line, and Walker has that versatility to plug in there. So now, Andrew, what you should have done
Also,
here.
being able
No, go ahead.
to learn from Von Miller is going to be pretty good for him. So,
but see, what you should have done here is taken a running back, because that's the fun pick for Buffalo, the realistic fun pick. Like, I think in my last mock, I had them take Breece Hall, who I am in love with. To me, he is Matt Forte 2.0, so he's obviously my number one running back. But yeah, Walker.
I've been having him take Walker.
Yeah. So Titans here at 26. Ooh.
Matt Corral season. No.
It could be. Legitimately speaking, it could be. You're looking at a team with an aging quarterback who they're probably not too confident in after what he did last year in the playoffs. But he's good enough to let Corral sit for a year. Low key, that kind of gives you like Mahomes and Alex Smith vibes, where you have a solid quarterback, but obviously Matt Corral is never going to be Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We didn't Patrick Mahomes would be Patrick Mahomes either. He was that guy who was this really high upside guy who could also be terrible. That's what Corral is, too.
I'm sold.
I think he has the highest upside here.
Yeah, I'm sold. Corral to Tennessee.
Yes.
I'm sold. I'm absolutely sold.
Is that 4 quarterbacks in the first round now?
Yep. Listen, it's the NFL draft. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I know it is.
It looks insane now,
hilarious.
But it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, I should not have talked you into Matt Corral, because that was my idea for the Bucks. Hold on.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Brady's gone. Whether it's retirement or going somewhere else, this is Brady's last year in Tampa.
Yeah.
So I could see them going Corral, because boom, we have an actual replacement that's not. Who is there? Why am I only thinking Ryan Mallett? Same draft class. But Blaine Gabbert is the other quarterback on their roster.
No, they have Kyle Trask too.
De'Aaron King is better.
No, I mean, I get Corral going there, but I feel like you should be going this. It's like Rodgers and Love, but makes sense to me in that situation.
Right.
To where I don't know. I guess the Bucs don't really have a lot of holes that they would have to deal with here.
No.
Corner.
Yeah, but I'm not reaching on a corner right here if I'm them.
I
don't love Elam.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, that's valid then.
So I'm thinking it's the fun pick, so I'm going to do it. Drake London.
Oh my God.
They're not going to have Godwin for at least the first 10, 11 games.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have outside of Evans at that point? We have no proof that they're getting Gronk back.
Right.
So they don't have a ton of weapons right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if Brady's only back for 1 year, you got to make a run at it. And if Drake London somehow falls there, just get Mike Evans to play with Mike Evans. It'll be great.
Right. Yeah, that's valid.
Checks out.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably going to happen anywhere where a bunch of receivers fall. Yeah.
Okay. Wait a second. I'm gonna take Bernhard Raymond.
Bernard Raymond. Okay.
He is a work in progress, and they don't really need the Packers. Truthfully, all they really need is a wide receiver after losing Devontae, and then you would have a work in progress here. You don't need this offensive lineman to be amazing right now.
Yeah.
But he can learn from the offensive lineman they already have.
Yeah,
It's not
learning
really
from
a positive
D-back.
pick for right now, but it might prove to be a positive pick in the future.
I don't know. I could see a world where Raymond steps in right away and can be solid. I don't think he'll be like a superstar or anything right away, but I think he could be all right. But with Green Bay, you don't have to force it, so I guess you don't have to really find out.
Their offensive line's gotten worse than you think. I mean, outside of Bakhtiari, there's no...
Did they lose anybody? Is there anybody I'm forgetting?
Lost. I can't even remember who their right tackle is, if I'm being honest. But Elgton Jenkins, who has played that role and every other role in their offensive line, probably isn't going to play until the same time Bakhtiari came back last year.
You're right. I completely forgot he got hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like that pick. I mean, I hate it because it's the Packers.
Yeah.
But I like the pick.
Yeah. I completely forgot Jenkins got hurt. That makes it completely different. Yeah. All right, the Chiefs at 29. I'm going to assume you're going to cover my ass with the receiver here at 30. So at 29, I'm going to go Daxton Hill.
Oh. First
of all, I don't think he falls this far. I don't. I think Daxton Hill is going to go a lot higher than some people might think. We're kind of ushering in an era of positionless defense, so to speak. And Daxton Hill is the epitome of that for this class. The dude is so talented. And especially with them just losing Tyrann Mathieu. This guy is Tyrann Mathieu to a certain degree. I would argue he might have a higher ceiling. I'm really high on Dax Hill. So I think that's the pick here at 29.
Man, I want to screw over your idea of me taking a receiver to cover you. Both linebackers are still on the board. Devontae Wyatt is still there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, a receiver makes sense to a degree, but also their receiving core's not bad.
Yeah, and they can afford to wait on one. It's a deep class. If they really don't love anyone here at 30.
My idea has been they end up with Mechie in the second or third round.
Yeah.
Mechie to the Chiefs feels like the prime idea, especially when you can fix that defense, which is going to be more important if we're honest.
Yeah.
I think it's Nakobe Dean.
Oh, thank you for taking the right linebacker.
How he falls to 30, I don't know, but I'll take it.
Thank you for taking the right linebacker. Nakobe Dean is better than Devin Lloyd. I don't care what anyone says. Devin Lloyd is overhyped as fuck.
Leo Chanel is better than Devin Lloyd.
Thank you.
I also want to argue Muma's better, but that might be just because I've seen him play more than...
I didn't watch a lot of Muma this year, but I've heard great things, so...
I'm from Wyoming. I've seen him in person a couple of times, so, yeah.
I just think Lloyd is overrated as hell. I think the big thing with him, call me old school, but if you have a linebacker that doesn't understand the fundamentals of tackling, they're not a good linebacker. Point blank, period. And Lloyd is someone who loves to lead with his head, and he'll stop mid-sprint and lunge, and it's just the most scuffed tackling form I've ever seen, to the point where I don't understand how he can survive as an NFL linebacker doing that. And then everything else he gets praised for, his athleticism, his versatility. He's a little versatile. He's athletic, but it's not near to the degree people think. He's not the
his
jack
athleticism.
Yeah.
No.
He's not this jack of all trades type of guy. He's somebody who's like solid in a couple areas. He's not great in every area like people want to make him out to be.
Right.
And there's a reason Dean was the Butkus Award winner.
Right.
Like,
and there's too many clips of Devin Lloyd just being in the wrong position, and then you'd think with the way people talk about him, oh, his athleticism, he'll catch the guy. No, he won't. And if he's not catching guys at the college level, he's not catching them at the NFL level.
Yeah.
So,
to me personally, back to Nakobe Dean, he's just Roquan Smith. And I know that's like the easy comp to make because they're both Georgia guys, but he's an undersized, weak side linebacker who has incredible sideline to sideline speed, is insanely athletic, and just has that dog in him.
That boy nice syndrome.
Yeah, that boy nice. I'm a big fan of that boy nice syndrome.
I am too. Mm-hmm.
All right, Andrew.
I wasn't. No, go ahead. Sorry.
At 31, if nobody else falls to the Bengals, no other offensive lineman falls to the Bengals. I'm taking Zion Nelson. He's
Hold on, who?
I don't like your reaction at Zion Nelson.
Zion Nelson?
I don't think you got the right name.
Are you thinking of Zion Johnson?
No. Is this a made-up person that I'm finding all of a sudden?
I think so. Yeah.
What?
When I type Zion into PFF now, there's not another one because Johnson's been drafted.
No, Zion Nelson is an offensive tackle for the Miami Hurricanes. This is a real dude.
Yeah. Hey.
This is a real dude.
He does not exist on PFF.
No,
dude.
he's real. I swear to God.
Not...
I swear to God. Google him. He is a junior offensive tackle for the Miami Hurricanes.
Not that you can't find him, does not make it very promising.
Here.
He does exist. Yeah. I like it.
Andrew, hold on. Open up Snapchat for me real quick. Say that name, and then we can continue.
Tyler Smith.
There you go, buddy. There you go. It's a bit more promising than Zion Nelson.
Yeah, if PFF doesn't have him on the list, I'm gonna say he's I don't like PFF, but like he just doesn't exist.
Listen, at the end of the day, though, it's a lineman. Nobody's paying attention to the fucking lineman. Only the weirdos like me and Geek over here are. So that's valid. Like, at least he wasn't whipping out like a D3 corner or something. It was a tackle from Miami, so it could have been worse.
That's fair.
I love Tyler Smith. That's a fantastic pick at 31 for Cincy. He's somebody that I've continuously mocked to Chicago because he just apparently wants to fall into the second round. But he's someone that, from what I understand, a lot of people believe could sneak into the first. He kind of popped up later on in the draft process. But the dude, he's just straight up power, and I love him. He's got versatility to him. I think he could be a franchise left tackle, but he's got the ability to play inside as well.
I was going to say, I haven't watched Smith. Can he move inside?
Yeah.
The Bengals have their tackles.
Yeah, he can play inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
I think he played tackle in college for Tulsa, but I think he's projected as an interior lineman by a lot of people. But it's one of those situations where he could do both depending on the fit. So then I have the Lions here at 32. I took Willis at 2 for them.
Yep.
I'm going to take somebody who just feels like a Dan Campbell type player, and that's Leo Chenal. He just feels like a Dan Campbell type football player. Big, what is he, like 6'2", 250 white dude that ran like a 4.5 or something stupid like that. That's just, and he's another one of those guys that just got that dog in him. He's a super hard hitter. He's not great in coverage, but, in terms of run support, no, I don't think there's a lot of linebackers in this class better than him. If any, Dean might be the only one that kind of comes close. He just feels like a Dan Campbell type football player.
That he does. I don't like it. I don't want the NFC North to have all the good linebackers. Stop it.
I mean, Chenal could always fall to Chicago.
Don't do that.
That would be a terrible
People need
pick
to
for
stop trying
Chicago.
to take Dalvin Cook away from us.
Oh yeah, I guess we don't have Akeem Hicks anymore, so we don't have a Dalvin Cook stopper, unfortunately. Even though Eddie
That
Jackson's
was
trying
the
to recruit
greatest
him back.
feud in football.
Yeah. I hope Akeem Hicks ends up somewhere special. Like, as a side note, I hope he goes somewhere and gets a ring. Because he's not coming back to Chicago.
Better come to Minnesota then. We're obviously winning it this year.
If he goes to Minnesota, I will gouge my eyes out. And
if he goes to Minnesota, I am buying you a Akeem Hicks Vikings jersey and sending it to you.
At least it'll be
I
pretty
need you to
colors.
wear it at least one TikTok.
It has pretty colors, but that's about it. Pretty colors and a big old goofball on it. All right, so let's just run through this again real quick, just as a reminder.
It's a mess.
So
It's a mess.
Remember, Andrew did every first pick. I did every second. Geek did every third. Keep that in mind while I read this off. So Jaguars go Aiden Hutchinson, understandably so. Lions go Malik Willis, understandably so. Texans go Evan Neal, understandable. We have the Jets going Kayvon Thibodeau, makes sense. Giants going Ike Ekwonu, makes sense. Panthers going Kenny Pickett, depressing, but makes sense. Giants going Tyler Linderbaum, might not be the most realistic, but I respect the hell out of the pick because fuck positional value. 8 Falcons go Ritter, getting the best quarterback in this class. 9 the Seahawks go Charles Cross, makes perfect sense. Kyle Hamilton to the Jets at 10, makes perfect sense. They might want to go receiver in the first round, but can't go wrong with doubling up on defense. Commanders go Sauce Gardner. Getting arguably the best player in this entire class at 11 is fantastic value. And you're fucking over the Vikings as an added bonus. Vikings get Derek Stingley, unfortunately. Texans get Jordan Davis, makes sense. Ravens get Jermaine Johnson, get a guy opposite Owe. I love that pick. I'm proud of that. Eagles get Trent McDuffie, makes sense. Build up that secondary. Saints go Garrett Wilson. Don't know how we fell that far, but yes. Chargers go Penning. Don't love Penning, but where else are you going to go here? Eagles go Jameson Williams, who they want to take at 15 or potentially trade up for in real life, so that's fantastic value for them. Saints go Jaquan Brisker. Bit of a surprise, but it's a good fit. It's a solid pick. It's controversial, but I like it. Steelers go Zion Johnson at 20. Makes sense. Patriots go Karlaftis. That's just a Bill Belichick guy through and through. Only guy that would have made more sense for Belichick would have been Kyle Phillips, I think, at 21. Packers go Chris Olave. Makes sense. Cardinals go Andrew Booth because I forgot Trayvon Walker was on the board. Still a good pick. Cowboys go Kenyon Green. Feels like a Cowboy. Bills go Trayvon Walker. Should have went running back, but still all right, I guess, at 25. Solid value, I suppose. Titans go Matt Corral because I got convinced to do so. Bucks go Drake London because somehow he fell that far. Packers get Bernard Raymond. Good pick. Chiefs get Daxton Hill and Nakobe Dean. Build up the defense. Bengals get Tyler Smith. And then the Lions get Leo Chenal. It's an interesting mock draft. That's the good thing about this. We're not going with the consensus. We're going a little bit against the grain. We are philosophical individuals with our own opinions that cannot be molded by others.
Absolutely. Thinking of tackles that aren't listed on the Pro Football Focus website. I love it. That was amazing.
He's going to come out and be an all-pro now because of that. And then we're going to look like the idiots.
Watch him go at 31 for some reason. Watch it happen.
Oh, my God. That would be incredible.
I would just delete the internet at that point. I'm out. I can't do this anymore.
Well, the internet's probably about to get deleted anyways with Elon Musk buying Twitter.
There you go. That's fair.
I didn't know that happened until 20 minutes ago, maybe. Like, I got a notification where someone was talking about it. Caught me off guard completely. That's absolutely wild.
It hasn't happened yet, has it?
I thought it did. I don't know. Maybe it didn't.
I know he's trying to, but
Oh, God. I hope it hasn't happened yet.
it hasn't yet. It is definitely going to.
Oh, it's going
Oh
to.
my god.
Because, Twitter
Oh,
was
no.
valued at like...
Verge tweeted an hour ago, Twitter accepts buyout, giving Elon Musk total control.
Well, there it is.
Oh, Lord.
Jesus. I wonder how long we get to be on Twitter before each of us get banned.
I don't know. I only tweet about football. I think I'm pretty safe.
See, but maybe to Elon Musk that makes you a meathead and he doesn't want you on there.
I'll throw in some anime women along with my football takes, and he'll accept them.
There you go. No, just once a day, tweet out a picture of a Tesla. You'll be guaranteed to be on there forever.
That's true. Or just
Ooh.
like the most flattering picture of Elon Musk possible.
There you go. Real quick, we have our first draft trade of draft week.
Wait, actually?
It's a big one. It's a big one, yeah.
Oh.
It's huge. The Patriots sent their 5th round pick to the Texans for a 6 and a 7. Huge. Huge.
Billy B making motherfucking moves.
Oh my god.
That's his 83rd draft trade.
Really?
Yes. Since
I feel like you're making that up, but I like it.
I swear to God, I saw a graphic. I can't remember who tweeted. I think it might have been CBS Sports. They said he's made 82 draft day trades since he became the GM of the Patriots.
That's nuts.
So now that's 83. And he'll probably make more because Bill Belichick. I'll guarantee you, we are going to see a trade that ends up with Belichick drafting Kyle Phillips. It just feels right. It just feels right.
Oh, man.
As much as I want Kyle Phillips in Chicago, I want him so bad. It just feels right for the Patriots to do it.
I don't know. My hope for Chicago is that they do some really stupid stuff. And just like their first 2 picks be Ariza and like Carson Strong. Just use your first 2 picks on that because I don't know.
No,
You're the Bears.
I don't even know what I want Chicago to do at this point because, and I know there are like draft day rumors, so you're supposed to, or draft week rumors, so you're supposed to take them with a grain of salt or whatever. But apparently George Pickens is worse than we thought in terms of character concerns. Like a lot of coaches or GMs, I think, are calling him like undraftable and saying he's not worth a top pick, which I hate because I love George Pickens and I want him to be a Bear so badly. But like, if there's really that many concerns with him, I suppose not.
Yeah. What did I read about him today? I just saw something very interesting, but I don't know if I'll be able to find it.
I've got a graphic here saved. So it prompt is which wide receiver is the most boom or bust. And you have anonymous scout George Pickens. There's a lot of upside, but he can't get out of his own way. He's been enabled his entire life. And then a wide receivers coach says, Pickens, you love his game, but there's some issues. Do you want to work with him? He's a top 6 player talent-wise, but it's impossible not to add those other things. He has the size. He has really good range. He positions his body on deep throws. He consistently beats press. He has good start-stops with some Allen Iverson crossover in his game, but a lot of stuff in Todd Monken's system translate to the NFL, but I would not touch him. And then another receivers coach says, on tape, he's probably a top 5 receiver, but there's too many red flags, and they're big red flags. He's got a lot of growing up to do. If he goes to the right place with a room full of vets that help him go the right way, I think he'll have a chance, which is unfortunate for Chicago because they're an extremely young team.
So that's the Theo Ash tweet, right?
Yeah, I think I stole that from Theo.
And then retweeted by... Yeah, so... Like he said, Pickens must have just had horrible interviews.
I'm hoping it's a smokescreen. I really am.
I don't know. If I'm the Bears, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either, unfortunately, if they're in that situation.
Because, I don't know,
it's rough.
Messing up a receive pick now when you're trying to do something for Fields would be terrible.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I almost think at this point, my ideal situation for Chicago would be like just going literally best player available at 39. It could be anybody, offensive lineman, receiver, safety, linebacker, edge rusher, whoever it might be. And then at that later pick at 48, if there's not somebody you love, trade down. Just trade down as much as possible. And, if you end up with like Alec Pierce and Bo Melton or something as your two receivers. Not a Pierce guy?
Pierce is a Viking. Sorry.
Oh, I see.
Pierce is a Viking.
I see.
He's our Cooper Kupp. Kevin O'Connell needs a Cooper Kupp, and he's our Cooper Kupp.
Even though he's apparently a Packers fan.
Tough. Welcome to Minnesota. It's done. I've already decided.
Kyle Long was a Packers fan, too. It's just something about coming to Chicago that fixed those guys, so we'll get Pierce.
I think the Bears are still in a better spot than the Vikings are for this draft in particular because you have a ton of needs. Outside of defensive back, Minnesota's not really needing that much.
Yeah.
And, what happens when Sauce, McDuffie, Stingley, and Hamilton go in the top 11, which I think is going to happen. What do you do then?
Yeah,
Do you take Booth at 12? Do you try to trade back even though no one wants to trade back?
I would say Booth is worth the 12th overall pick. If you're in that situation where the other three corners are all gone, I would take Booth at 12. Maybe I'm crazy, but again, he's another one of those guys that just has that dog in him.
Right.
Like, I like Booth.
I don't know.
I think Booth is that guy. But
I'm very sad about the Sauce hype because I remember, 3 weeks ago, everyone said he's a Viking. Suddenly now he's a Detroit Lion at 2, and I don't like it.
I personally think he's a Texan at 3. That's where I'd take him. I don't know. He just feels like a Lovie Smith DB. I feel like Lovie would have a field day with him. If Lovie got his hands on Sauce Gardner and Jordan Davis at 3 and 13, he would be a happy camper. And I would love that. I love Lovie.
Tough. He's still only going to have a job for 1 year.
I don't care.
I hate the Texans organization.
Yeah.
I really do.
It's a mess.
They, just like, I just forgot which other team I was going to compare them to. They need to be forced to sell that team, though. It needs to be done.
You're probably going to go with Washington.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know why I forgot Washington existed, but...
No, that team needs to be sold as well.
Yeah. Maybe Elon Musk will buy them both.
Oh my God. Listen, I want Elon to buy Washington and relocate them and change their name.
I want Elon to buy Washington, and then I want Jeff Bezos to buy the Texans. Just because I want there to be a timeline where there's a Super Bowl between teams owned by those two guys. I need it to happen.
Oh, dear God. I don't know, you got to get approved for the whole ownership thing, and I don't know how they would feel about Bezos and Musk dipping their toe in. Although I don't know they'd be able to give them a lot of money.
I'm going to say Bezos and Musk could just hand them $100 million.
Yeah.
Say, it's my team now.
Yeah.
They could just hand that to each owner and they wouldn't even feel that they lost any money.
Yeah.
I want to be that rich. Jesus.
I don't.
Just for a day.
I would hate that. I would hate that. It's just...
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that's too much. I think once you hit a certain point with money, and this is coming from somebody who has had a lot of money issues throughout their life, I think if you hit a certain point with money, it just has no value anymore, at least like in terms of how it impacts you. Because, yeah, you can have all the money in the world, but it's going to make your life boring because you're not working for anything. You're going to lose your goals. You're going to lose your ambitions. Everything's going to be handed to you. You could buy literally anything you wanted. And there's no point in it.
But I still sit from the point of view of how much could you actually help people if you were in that position?
Yeah, I get that too.
There's your new goal. Screw actually working. I'm just going to walk down the street handing out $1 million to everyone to see.
You say that now, but once you have that money, you might look at it differently as well. That's my other thing.
I don't think I would.
I don't think you specifically would either. But like for the average person, right? Like I think the three of us would be fine. I think the three of us are fine. But like You give it to Joe down the road, I think it might be a different story. He's going to go buy himself a mansion somewhere and not give a fuck about anybody else. So
Sure.
I don't know. Money's bad. Money's weird.
Money sucks.
Yeah.
Money sucks.
Yeah. Andrew, what would you do if you had $100 million?
Me?
Andrew,
Like,
I'll ask you in a minute. Wait your turn.
Oh,
That's why I asked if it was me. Jesus. Being attacked.
About $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's like literally just help as many people as possible. Pay for like food for like every starving person ever. If that would be possible. And then still have money left over, you know?
Okay, now give us the real answer. We get the good guy answer. Give us the real one.
Good guy answered. So many cars.
There you go.
Mansion. 5 mansions. Fill every mansion with cars. I don't even live in the mansions. The mansions are filled with cars.
They're just parking garages at that point.
Exactly.
A bunch of glorified parking garages. Now, Geek, what would you do with $100 million?
Oh, so I'm 100% the selfish asshole to begin with. I'm
Mhm.
moving the fuck away from here. You have seen my Twitter. I complain about where I live daily. So I'm moving away. Then we can, get a house, get, good internet for once in my life. That'd be sick. Then, then we can focus on all the philanthropy. But first, I need to be somewhere less cold. That is
That's valid. That's valid.
Can't focus when I'm cold. What are you doing with $100 million?
Oh shit. I should have been thinking about this.
Yeah, you haven't been preparing.
I don't know. I will simply buy the right. No, I don't think 100 million would cover that. Here's what I'll do with 100 million. I will finally convince somebody to make a fucking live action Nightwing movie that is real and doesn't have a shitty Dick Grayson in it. That's what I'm doing with $100 million.
You might not have enough money for that.
I still don't know if that's a big enough budget.
Yeah, $100
I don't
million
know.
is like a pretty mid superhero movie.
You know what?
Is that even going to pay for whoever you're going to have play Nightwing?
That's valid. Fuck!
Like, sorry, man.
Yeah, that's valid.
Sorry to do that.
That's valid.
To you.
Sad
But also,
to say,
are you doing an origin story, or is somehow Nightwing just going to show up? Because 90% of the population's not going to know who he is.
I literally don't give a shit. I just want a movie with Dick Grayson in it that doesn't suck.
It's for your own pleasure, for your own watching.
Yeah. It doesn't even have to be publicly released. It's just mine. I'm just so sick of the non-existent representation of Dick Grayson in popular media.
I hope they skip him and go straight to Jason Todd in the Pattinson universe.
I'd give up. I would simply give up on that entire franchise.
Oh, it'd be over at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The man gets...
We need them both.
Yeah. We do need them both. Because the only thing we have that's not like an animated masterpiece with both of them in it is fucking Titans, which is god-awful.
I refuse to watch it. I just can't.
I watched it because I have a little sister who's into superheroes with me, and she got me into watching it. And it started out okay. It wasn't great, but it was like, okay, it's a different take on the Titans. I can respect it. And then Dick Grayson started killing people, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
Didn't Jason Todd stop killing people in that show?
Yeah.
I know I heard that somewhere.
Yeah.
Dick Grayson kills people, but Jason Todd doesn't.
Mhm.
And I was like, no, throw it in the garbage. This is wrong.
There's also this weird period where Jason's like trying to kill himself all the time and then fails. And then eventually he's like, fuck it, I'm going to go after the Joker. And then he dies. And then they bring him back and he becomes the Red Hood. And there's a whole thing where he's Red Hood, which actually wasn't bad. Their portrayal of Red Hood wasn't terrible, and then he stopped killing people, and then it got bad.
Yeah.
Why? Who is in charge of these shows?
I think...
Why is DC so bad?
I don't know, but they got bought out. They didn't get bought out. Warner Brothers got bought out by Discovery. And
Discovery, yeah.
They want to go a different direction with it, at least. They said something like Superman's been extremely mistreated, which is a big green flag for me.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
he has been. Nobody's done Superman right in so
Yeah.
long.
I take it you haven't watched Superman and Lois or
Okay,
whatever.
I've
the CW
heard
show
good
is.
things about Superman and Lois, but I have yet to watch it. So I'll take it back. It hasn't been done right on the big screen. Because
That's valid.
I like Henry Cavill as Superman, but I don't like his portrayal of Superman, the way they wrote him. Because it's too much like, I'm a god and you should worship me, and not enough goofy farm boy Clark Kent.
It's because Zack Snyder's a moron and
Yes.
wanted to do the Injustice universe.
Yes.
So dumb.
Which doesn't work. I hate everything about Injustice. I just do.
I like
Other than
I
the
like
one
it
line
as
in the animated movie.
Which line?
The Joker saying, he just wanted to try the game on easy mode for
Oh,
once when talking
yeah,
about going and messing
yeah.
with Superman. I just love
That
that.
is good. That is good. I like Injustice as a one-off thing, but I don't like how everyone wants Superman to be Injustice Superman nowadays. That's my only complaint with it. It like changed the perception of Superman, and I don't like it.
It seems like every big DC story is like, oh no, Superman turned evil.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like,
Evil Superman's dumb.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah. Like I said, is a one-off thing. I get it, because you want to try that kind of stuff out, but long term. And then I also don't like Injustice because they kill off Dick Grayson like right away, even though he comes back as Deadwing, which is cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That whole story bugs me. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's. I don't like it either in some degree, but I don't know. It's a fun concept.
You know where it worked? The video game.
Yeah.
Now just leave it there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There you go. Because that's more fun anyways.
Yeah, it was good with the game, and the animated movie was just bad. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Again, it had one good line.
Yeah, and they changed so much with it too. Like, the Flash is such a big character in Injustice, and they just kill him off right away in the dumbest fucking way possible.
Yeah.
I don't know. DC gets so mistreated, and I hate it so much.
I hate to say it. DC needs their version of Kevin Feige.
Yes.
I don't care who it is, but they need it.
Listen, a DC cinematic universe that's ran like the MCU is a dream of mine. Legitimately. I would be in love with it.
I gotta say it, they have the setup now.
Yeah.
You have movie 1, Robert Pattinson's The Batman.
Exactly.
That's Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Built from there.
And even better, that sets up Dick Grayson to eventually be your Spider-Man.
Right?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't know. I'm just
Also, it sets up the idea of Jason Todd on the big screen. And
yeah.
I need live action in Under the Red Hood right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, if they took the Batman and ran with it and made a full-fledged like MCU type cinematic universe with it, that would be wonderful. And DC has so many fun characters that get like no attention anymore, and I feel like just give James Gunn all of the comics and all of the money he wants and let him write as many stories with those characters as possible. It would be fantastic.
I just have 2 requests. Grant Gustin becomes the Flash, and Margot Robbie stays as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I can
That's
get
the only
behind
thing
that.
I care.
I can get behind that, especially with Ezra Miller's recent outings. I suppose they aren't going to be someone that they're going to look towards as the Flash if they were to
The
do
Flash
something like
movie can't come out now, right?
It's going to come out.
I really don't want it to.
It's going to because money, but it shouldn't.
They already delayed it, and it's Discovery. The money was spent before Discovery got it. That's not Discovery's money. They can burn it.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
They can go full Joker and just set that money on fire.
They should, honestly.
Yeah. That'd be nuts.
Yeah.
I want to be DC's Kevin Feige.
Yeah, do it.
$100 million.
I'm going to email him. I'm gonna send Discovery an email. I want to be your Kevin Feige.
with just
Do you have any experience in filmmaking? No.
no, but I like Jason Todd. That'll sell it.
No. Just a picture of me holding up a Harley
Yeah.
Quinn comic. It should be me.
Yeah.
I love that that's just within arm's reach.
Hold on, I think
That was great.
I gotta whip this out then. Got my boy
No,
within his
no.
arm reach.
Which one of these are you gonna like? Oh, this one. The Batman and FaZe Clan comic with
Oh,
Dick
dear
Grayson on the
God.
cover.
Oh my god.
I got all 5 of the original covers. All of them. So there's the Batman one.
I saw a
Batgirl.
panel from that comic, and out of context, it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's like Batman and Barbara Gordon talking, and Batman is just like, "What's the status of the FaZe Clan?" or something like that.
That is crazy.
If you want to hear the story, I actually read the comic for a YouTube video. It is on my
God.
YouTube channel if you want to
God.
see it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The craziest
That reminds me, I've got. Where is it?
It's so dumb, dude. It's so goofy.
I've seen so many things about it where they just like say the dumbest quotes, like clip it.
Clip it.
They trick shot on the Joker, and it's just like, what are you doing?
It's the greatest comic book ever. It's just so dumb.
Yeah, I'm not cool enough to have the FaZe Clan comic, but I do have the Fortnite comic series.
Oh my god.
3 of them.
I
I don't
love
have
it.
all of them, but I have 3 of them. I have every other issue. I
dude.
just realized that I have 1, 3, and 5. That's funny.
That's tough.
Yeah. It's because, well, I don't know. I know you're like out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Is there a Walmart near you?
So my closest Walmart is about an hour and 15-minute drive
Okay.
to get there.
Okay.
So
Jesus.
nearest gas station is 30 miles.
Yeah.
So
You've mentioned that before.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
Walmart started selling these things where it's like you spend $10 and you get like 5 random comics in it. And that's how I got all of those. It's actually not a bad deal.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can like
Well,
you can
that's not
see
terrible.
you can see the top comics, so you know like what universe it is. Whether it's they have DC and Marvel as their 2 main ones, obviously. So you know which it is, and then you can see the top one. That's how I got the Nightwing one because they happen to have one with Nightwing on the top. I got to get more into comics. I just started that, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. I've always been into them, but I've never owned them because
Yeah.
I'm poor. So it was always like you could read them at the library or whatever. So
Right.
I've just now started actually buying them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many great comics. I hate it because money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Andrew.
This went off the rails quickly.
Yeah.
Always does.
Oh well.
Okay.
That's the beauty of it. We'll title it mock draft. They'll watch the first 30 minutes, and then everyone who doesn't give a shit about nerd stuff will leave. That's kind
Fair
of
enough.
what we've accepted. Like our podcast is branded sports and more, but we lure people in with the sports and then make them stay for the end more. We trick them.
And just hit them with the more.
Yeah.
Right in the face.
Yeah, it's like 1 a minute we'll be talking about the Chicago Bulls being dog shit in the playoffs, and 5 minutes later we're talking about Jason Momoa being cast in the Minecraft movie.
Yeah. That was a big topic.
It was.
Why are they making a Minecraft movie?
That's your question from that statement.
Yes.
Not why is Jason Momoa cast in it? Why are they making it?
Minecraft doesn't have a story unless you go with the one game theory made up, which is better than whatever they're gonna write.
Oh.
So
I gotta find the plot. Hold on. Me and Andrew were laughing our asses off at this.
God.
It's like
Oh, no.
what did we compare it to? Didn't we say it was like Jumanji but Minecraft?
Yeah. Jumanji but Minecraft.
Okay.
I don't like it.
So it's a Warner Brothers movie. A teenage girl and her unlikely group of adventurers must save their beautiful, blocky overworld after the malevolent Ender Dragon sets out on a path of destruction.
That's so gross.
Yeah. And originally Steve Carell was planned to star in it, but then scheduling conflicts wouldn't allow him, so they replaced him with Jason Momoa.
I don't understand. I don't know what universe we're in now, but I don't like it.
I love it. It's extremely chaotic.
We are in the darkest timeline.
Thankfully.
And I don't appreciate it.
Yeah. The darkest timeline where the Minnesota Vikings take a long snapper at 12.
No, too many Vikings fans are requesting this, and it bothers me. They want him to take a receiver at 12, and it just irks me.
I've seen so many mocks of them taking Drake London.
Dude, if we're taking a receiver, not Drake London. Honestly, if we're taking one and Garrett Wilson's not there, the only guy I want is Jameson Williams. Because he's different than every other guy we have.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just draft young Adam Thielen. We don't need that. We have real Adam Thielen.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the same
dude. Go ahead.
It's not quite to the same degree, but it's like I said earlier with Bears fans wanting to draft the punter so badly. I don't understand it. It's a damn punter, and it's a deep draft class. Just take a flyer on a random guy at a skill position. Don't waste your pick on a fucking punter. Now, what needs to happen is
Matt be the best punter to ever exist.
That's possible.
I mean,
but my hope is that Matt Ariza goes in like the third round.
The Raiders are absolutely taking him with their first pick.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
That's what the Raiders do.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
And they're going to get made fun of the same amount they did back in whenever they drafted Sebastian Janikowski in the first round, which turned out to be a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I want this draft to just be as chaotic as possible. I'm so ready for it.
Yeah, me too.
I want like Deebo Samuel getting traded at the top of the first round, and like AJ Brown at the top of the second, Baker Mayfield in the fourth. Have somebody trade up for a guy that's going to suck. Just, I don't know. I just want so much chaos. Mainly because Chicago doesn't pick until the second round. I want the first round to be as chaotic as possible.
Minnesota sends 12, a third rounder, and Kirk Cousins to the Cardinals for 23 and Kyler Murray. I'm calling it now.
That's not chaotic.
Kyler
that's
Murray
just nonsense.
No, that's chaotic.
No, that's nonsense.
We need Kyler Murray. Why? Because you don't want us to have a good quarterback?
Yes.
Don't worry, the Bears are going to trade Justin Fields.
Who?
To Pittsburgh for Mitchell Trubisky.
The bad thing is I wouldn't even be like super depressed over that.
Except Justin Fields would be in Pittsburgh. What would you do?
But we'd get Mitch back. Listen,
cool. Now you're the worst team in the NFC North. How do you feel?
Listen, okay. As much as I am depressed constantly because of this team, I am weirdly optimistic, and not like blindly optimistic. I'm not looking at everything we do like this was the perfect move. I just managed to find the good in everything that happens. So if we traded for Mitch, it would just be like, well, I got my boy back, and then I'd have to suffer.
See, and then there's me as a Vikings fan. I'm just prone to being disappointed. So it's like somehow we're gonna finish 6-11, and
I thought you were
be the worst team in the NFC
division.
North.
I thought you were about to say you're gonna be sixth in the division. Yeah, I thought you were like exaggerating with how bad they're gonna be. I thought that was the point.
No,
I got you.
But I don't know. Everything that can go wrong in Minnesota does,
including extending Kirk Cousins. Constantly. The biggest con artist to ever live. Kirk Cousins is the biggest con artist.
You know what I hope happens? No, Sam Bradford is actually.
Okay, fair.
Bradford is.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Which,
Kirk second, though.
They both conned the Vikings. Weird. Jesus Christ. No. think would be hilarious is if all the DBs go by pick 11. I want the Vikings to end up taking like Malik Willis at 12 for some reason. Just like he randomly falls there and they just go, sure,
God.
why not? That seems like, I mean, that's what the Vikings do. Every time they have pick 12, they just take a shitty quarterback like Christian Ponder. So maybe we'll be the team that takes Sam Howell. Don't worry about it. He's going at 12.
I hope not. I like Sam Howell. He's not good, but he's a UNC guy, so I like him.
Right? He's just Baker Mayfield, but somehow worse.
Yeah, y'all can take what's his name? Y'all can take Kenny Pickett at 12.
He won't be there. He's going at 6. I promise.
I mean, probably.
I don't know. This draft, I think this mock draft might not be that far off. If
I don't think it is.
Like,
even
I don't know.
Even considering we had somebody that we've never heard of almost go at 31, I don't think that's a reach.
Right?
Like, might not be to the Bengals, but there's going to be somebody who fucks around and does that. Probably Philly. I feel like that's a very Gettleman thing to do.
Gettleman? You got the wrong guy.
Oh my God. Did I say Gettleman?
You did.
I got my
Gettleman was the Giants GM.
Yeah.
So
I got my
wrong
inept
team.
I got my inept NFC East GMs mixed up.
Yeah, you fool.
Yeah. You fool. Oh God.
Like I said, I'm running on 4 hours of sleep currently. So things aren't
That's my
clicking at
average,
100%. It's not my average. I tried to get a decent sleep last night because I had class this morning. And then my brain was like, no, you're going to wake up at 4 a.m. and then stay awake until you have to leave for class at 9:30.
Nuts.
Yeah, so I sat around for 5.5 hours this morning watching The Simpsons, trying to fall asleep and just couldn't.
There you go.
It was brutal.
I have insomnia, so I just don't sleep. It's great.
Valid.
And
there's Andrew over here, who's normal.
That's boring.
My bad.
My bad.
No, Andrew's fun. Andrew's fun. He's a good kid. I'm proud of him.
He's good.
Man. Thanks, man.
No, literally, he is a kid in my eyes.
I'm not going to go that far. I met you like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
No.
Hour 20. Hour 20.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's been an hour 20? I was trying to fill time. Shit. I was trying to fill time.
What time did we start this?
I don't know. It's been a while, I think.
We're almost at an hour and a half. We are at an hour and a half.
Oh, well.
Hour 30.
It is what it is. I'll put
Do you
a
have
disclaimer.
a time limit you normally go for these?
No.
We've gone for 2 hours and 55 minutes before.
Yeah.
On accident.
Yeah.
We might be going that far today.
We just kind of talk. We just kind of talk until we get done talking. Because what ends up happening...
A game plan.
Yeah. See, we usually don't. We go into these completely blind and just start talking about whatever. Like, I have a couple things I'll have written down to, like, look at, but we just sit and talk. And then at the very end, when we think we're done, one of us says something to trigger the other person. Usually it's Andrew saying something to get me going. And we just keep going until we can't. And eventually I'll be like, okay, that's enough. And we stop. And then we'll talk for like an extra 2 hours after we stop recording.
Yeah.
No.
What I find funny is sometimes on mine, we will start the recording and not think of a single thing to talk about. So we're just making shit up for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
The minute we stop and like walk out, we just start talking about stuff and are actually entertaining. It's like, dude, what just happened?
Yeah. And then the other big issue we run into as well is I like to talk a lot. And Andrew's very much like timid. So when I start going off, he's just kind of like, just sits back and lets me go. And I'll talk for 20 minutes. And I'll be like, well, shit, Andrew, you haven't gotten a word in. I'll be like, no, man, you're good. Because that's just how these go. But like,
Need me to teach you how to cut them off?
I tell him all the time.
Like a little-
He has full freedom to cut me off whenever he wants, and he just doesn't. It's just not in his personality. Oh god, you both just disappeared on my screen. You both just became completely gray screens. This is
Funnier when you just rant.
Yeah.
Oh.
oh god. I think Discord's dying.
Oh?
Oh no.
Oh. Okay, now we're
The
good.
recording is tanking.
No, the recording's fine. It's just Discord decided to screw up. This happens a lot too, because I'm recording on a.
I think your Chromebook is dying, buddy.
Yeah, the Chromebook sucks, and the recording software I use is
We need
scuffed
to-
as shit. It's
Oh,
a
that'll
mess. Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
fine. We make it work. It takes me like 3 hours to upload a 5-minute video because my Chromebook cannot handle more than like 30 megabytes of video being downloaded to it at a time. It's a mess. It is terrible.
Recording software do you use?
It's a great question. I forget what it's called. I'll let you know after we finish because I
My
don't want
man
to close
doesn't
out.
just use OBS.
I don't
Jeez.
think I can get it on a Chromebook. At least from what I could tell.
I don't know, I guess.
Yeah. Like I was
Yeah.
looking for like OBS is
Bro,
one of the
it's
first
time
things
to
I looked
order
for.
you a laptop. I'm about to order you a laptop because I feel bad.
Yeah, it's rough.
God damn.
It's bad. It's real bad. But we make it work. That's what matters.
I'm
Yes, we do.
impressed by the fact that you make it work.
See, once we have actual production, we'll get like 30 views a video rather than 15.
Don't get too hyped for that. I've been saying once I get actual production for 5 years now, so
Right.
it
Right.
it stays just as scuffed, I promise.
It is what it is. Also, I'm talking shit on our videos not getting views. We just had one hit like 850, I think it's at right now.
Was it just your mock draft?
Yeah, but it's our channel, so I say we. That's another thing he does to me all the time. He always tries to pin it off or like make it look like I'm above him in this stuff. Like when we did
I'm just saying it was your video.
yeah, but like when I let you do intros and stuff, you're always like I'm the co-host and David is host instead of we are both co-host.
Yeah, you're both co-hosts.
Yeah.
That's how that works. If
Yeah.
you're both on the show every
Yeah.
week. That's why it's a co-host and you're not a guest.
He's just too humble. He's just far too humble.
Yeah, man, thank you.
You also have great hair.
Andrew does have
You're
wonderful
rocking
hair.
the great hair.
You should see him when he has it up.
I grew it myself.
You should
At least
see him
it's
when he
not
has it up.
pink. Oh.
He was in a play this weekend that I got to go see, and he played Jason Momoa, kind of. So they had his hair up, and it was a sight to see. It was wonderful.
What do you mean he played Jason Momoa?
So
I need context.
Andrew,
here.
do you want to explain it?
Oh my goodness.
The internet needs to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Be More Chill, my high school's production of Be More Chill. And like I'm basically like a hologram in this guy's mind. And he wanted me to look like Jason Momoa, so I looked like Jason Momoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
But
enough.
originally he's supposed to look like Neo from The Matrix, but his director just looked at his hair and was like, that is Jason Momoa.
You are Jason Momoa.
The whitest person I know is Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
It'll work. Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions.
Listen.
You just-
His director, I've known her for a couple of years because we went to the same high school, so I know not to ask questions with that woman. She is terrifying.
She is terrifying.
I love her to death, but she is terrifying.
Oh,
And she,
that's great.
if you think like my mind is cluttered, that woman's mind is like 30 times worse. It is a sight to behold.
Dude.
But she knows what she's doing. Most of the time.
Pretty sure that's just called ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Because I have that.
Yeah.
There is a
That's
label
what it
for
is.
that.
Yeah.
There's a label for that.
Mm-hmm.
Take that label and
Yeah,
like
see,
it.
I'm just fucked in the head. I don't have ADHD. My brain just moves
Oh,
at a
dude.
billion miles a minute. So
Let me give you my list of things that's wrong up there. It's a fun list. It contradicts itself in a bunch of places. It's great.
As you do. As you do.
Oh man, I love it.
All right, we've been
I
going.
really do want to get you a new laptop. I might arrange that later. We'll talk.
I don't know. I got hit up about a possible sponsorship on TikTok, so maybe we'll have to go with that. Dude, I've gotten a couple things about sponsorships recently, but they never hit me back. They send me one message, and when I reply, they're like, "No." Like one of them I get because it was like sports betting, and technically speaking, I'm not old enough to sports gamble in Maryland. You have to be 21. I'm 19, so like I get that. And then another one, they were like trying to get me to advertise jewelry, and I was kind of into it, but it was like weird stipulations, and I tried to ask for more information on them, and they just never replied. And then I got another one about sports cards. Like they would send me a bunch of cards, and I'd like have to show them off on TikTok, and they'd like pay me for it, which was dope because I love sports cards. Like I have a bunch of football cards. I asked for more information, never hit me back. And then I got one today, and I'm not going to say what it is just in case it goes through, but it seems promising. So perhaps. I don't want to be a sellout, but like money's cool.
I just got to say this at least one time for you. Make sure to pay attention to the companies you decide to work with.
Yeah, obviously.
Because I have worked with some companies that I thought were really great, turned out really shitty.
Interesting. Okay.
So maybe off air I'll tell you the companies, or I'll just blow up on them here because I've done it on stream a billion times.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't think
pretty sure I actually told them in an email to go fuck themselves. So
nice.
We're not on good terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you that one later.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I think the sports gambling one, they wanted to pay me commission if people lost their bets. So like any money that was lost, I'd get like a percentage of or something. So I'm glad that one didn't go through.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, because like I didn't realize it at first because it wasn't in like their initial message. And then I replied and I was like, I'm interested. And then I picked up on the whole sports gambling thing, like the age requirement and whatnot. So I didn't really respond to them, if I'm being honest. But in their follow-up email, they were like, yeah, you'll make like 15% commission for everyone that uses your code and loses X amount of money or something like that. Like, that's shady as fuck.
That's terrible.
Super shady.
Yeah.
Welcome to gambling, I guess.
Yeah. It's probably a good thing I'm not old enough to do it yet, because I definitely think I would overestimate myself and try and lose the non-existent money I already have.
I can, but I kind of refuse to.
Yeah, I think I'd be the same.
Paying capital gains tax is really annoying. Learned that last year from buying and selling Bitcoin, so I'm going to not do shit like that anymore because it's really annoying.
That's valid.
A lot of work.
Yeah, me and Andrew...
I'm not rich enough to pay somebody.
Yeah. Me and Andrew are basically still children, so thankfully we're not involved in any of this stuff yet. He is still a child. He's not 18 yet. Yeah. And I'm a child in everything but legally.
Right.
According to the law, I'm an adult, but I'm not. So,
I still feel that way.
How old are you again?
I'm like
I always
3
forget.
years older than you. 22.
Okay. I always forget how old you are, but I knew you were in your 20s. Makes sense.
Yeah. Still feel like a child, though.
Valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to like college and shit. I still live with my parents though, so, and I have fucking superhero posters in my bedroom, so.
See, I'm even worse. I live with my parents. I have the same weird posters, but also my job is to play video games all day. That makes me feel like a child.
Fair enough.
What'd you do today? I played Fortnite for 6 hours. Oh, man.
Oh, goodness. All right. What's it been, like an hour 40 or something like that?
We're getting close to 2, so
Yeah, I guess we'll cut
I
it.
think.
I guess we'll stop here. Is there anything you want to plug? I'll be nice and let you plug whatever you might want to.
I mean, you can find me basically everywhere on the internet as TheGeekSlays. So there you go. If you want to hear me talk about dumb shit,
There you go.
there you go.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. It was a lot. We did a mock draft at some point. That was like the main point of this. We just kind of got off topic,
Yeah.
but that makes a podcast fun. If you're organized, boring, lame, no good.
Valid.
You got to be all over the place. We covered a little bit of everything. So make sure if you enjoyed, like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're closing in on 100 subs. It's pretty cool. We've only been doing this like 3 months and we're almost already there, which I think is pretty solid. I think that's pretty solid growth.
Pretty good.
I try to give them something to comment at the end of every video, and I always forget to, and then I have to come up with it on the spot. What are we thinking? Just comment. I don't have a question. Just comment Dane Sanzenbacher. That's what we're doing. Dane Sanzenbacher,
Right.
the greatest receiver to ever live.
I don't know if that's valid.
Do you doubt Dane Sanzenbacher?
Definitely.
I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Man, I'm disappointed. Bernard Berrien's better.
Who?
Oh no.
What?
Who?
Bernard Berrien.
L.
You know who that is.
I'm fully aware who it is, yeah.
You should.
I know who it is. He's just not Dane Sanzenbacher, the Ohio State University legend. The guy that I've been told Garrett Wilson modeled his game after Dane Sanzenbacher.
Oh. Garrett Wilson's not a first-round pick then?
Garrett Wilson is going to be the second greatest receiver to ever live. Better than any Minnesota Vikings receiver ever.
No.
I mean, who do you have?
Garrett Wilson would be our wide receiver 4. Currently, he'd be our wide receiver 4.
We're